Hi everyone, this is Pastor Tiffany again. I'm coming to you with our daily check-in on April 8th, 2020. Another absolutely gorgeous day outside. I hope you get out to see it or to enjoy it. They're calling for rain later on today, so enjoy it while you can. And then the weather's supposed to get colder, which is a bummer, but totally understandable for the time of the year that we're in. All right, getting to our trivia. Yesterday, the question was, who climbed in a sycamore tree to see Jesus? The answer is Zacchaeus. That is found in Luke chapter 19, verses 2 through 4. Way to go, Mike, Gretchen, and Paul. Woo! Okay, now today's trivia question. This is going to be a good one. What was Zechariah unable to do after the angel spoke to him? What was Zechariah unable to do after the angel spoke to him? This is going to be good because I did a whole sermon on it, so we'll see who remembers. All right. Let's see if we can go find our egg for today. Where might we find our egg today? Do you see it? It's a great day to be out here hunting for it. Let's see if we can find an egg somewhere. There it is. I see one. Oh my goodness, it almost matches the swing. Today, we found a light green egg. And inside this light green egg, what do we find? Inside this green egg, we find a die. Why do we find a die? Because after Jesus was crucified, the soldiers divided his clothes up 4 different ways, and they each took a fourth of what he had. But when they got to the tunic, it was one piece of woven cloth, and they didn't want to cut it or tear it, and so they decided they would cast lots for it. And that is to fulfill what was written in the book of Psalms, which is Psalm 22:18, which says that they gambled and they cast lots for his clothes. That's why we have a die in our resurrection egg today. Marching our way to Easter. It's coming up, guys. Today's Wednesday. Easter's on Sunday. I can't wait. I don't know about the rest of you. But speaking of eggs, have you been egged? If you have not been egged, be watching your doorstep. If you have been egged, but you are unable to get it to the next person on the list, or you don't have anything to put in the egg, let me know. We can take care of either one of those for you. If you are the last person on the list, feel free to egg anybody you want. Let's see how far this can go in Bloomington Normal on behalf of Morning Star. So invite you to do that. It's a lot of fun. Okay. If you have, if you have tithes or offerings, I invite you to mail them into the church. If you have a prayer request, please text, call, or email me, and we will take care of that as well. And I would like to invite you to our Easter Day parade. Now you say we can't get together because we're social distancing. I know, we can't have a parade like we normally would. But we can decorate our cars, stay inside of our cars, drive through town, honking our horns, and getting everybody to celebrate Easter with us. For it is the day in a Christian's life that we celebrate. So join me here at 11 o'clock on Easter Sunday, and we will drive through town doing that. Okay, looking ahead, let's look at the scriptures now. If we delve into the scriptures, we find that there is an awful lot that happens between Sunday and Thursday. I'm going to share, yesterday I shared with you the 21st chapter of Matthew. Today I'm going to share with you the 22nd chapter of Matthew. I'm going to invite you to read chapters 23, 24, and 25. That will catch you up till tomorrow. I told you there was a lot. A lot happens in there. So the first thing we read about in chapter 22 is the wedding banquet. And this is where the king sends his slaves out and invites people to come to the wedding banquet. And everybody says, you know what, I don't have time, I got other things planned, I don't really want to come. Some people even beat or killed some of the slaves. And the ones that were still alive came back and said, you don't have anybody for your wedding banquet. And he says, well, then go out and invite everybody. Everybody you see. And so they go out and invite everybody. But then the problem comes is that when he comes into the banquet, there is somebody there who does not have a wedding robe on. And he asked him, why not? And he says, well, I can't afford it. And then the guy tells his slaves, he says, bind him up and put him out where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. He says, for many will come, but only few are chosen. We also find out about paying taxes. If he is going around and preaching about heaven and being from heaven, then should he pay earthly taxes? How did he feel about that? He had them hold a coin up, and he said, whose likeness is on that? And they said, Caesar's. And he said, well, then give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's. Then there was a question about his lineage. Is he, the son of David? Who is he? And they said, even David calls him Lord, and they quoted David calling him Lord. And they said even David called him Lord, and they didn't have an answer for him. They didn't know what to tell him, and so they quit asking questions at that point. That's most of what happens in 22. But the big thing that happens in 22 that we do not want to miss out on is we receive the greatest commandment. They ask him, what is the greatest commandment? And he says to them, the greatest commandment is this, that you love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind. And then he goes on and he says, and the second one is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Upon these two commandments hang all of the law. There you go. So, love the Lord your God with your entire being this week as we go throughout his last days on earth and we celebrate Easter on Sunday. Feel it with him. Be present with him through these next few days. And hang in there throughout all of this, because God is present. He is alive. Did he die on the cross? Yep. But did he rise? Yep. He didn't stay on the cross. He didn't stay in the tomb. And we celebrate a risen Christ, so we can celebrate throughout this knowing that he is with us. Stay strong, stay safe, and God bless until we can meet again.